Welcome to Building the Test Automation Framework, a 6-part course that takes you step by step through the process of putting a range of open source tools together to create a framework that allows you to automate the test process. We're going to build a distributed test automation framework based on the principles of continuous integration and DevOps. This is about building a framework at the system level that gives you the platform to automate much of what you need to do on a day-to-day basis. This is about one thing: making your life easier as a tester. But before your life gets easier, we'll need you to put in a bit of work. We have a series of 6 modules to get through, and at the end of all 6 modules, you will have built this. Invest just a couple of hours per week, and you and I will go through all the steps needed to build your own framework from the ground up. You'll learn about pulling together the following open source and free components to build a fully functioning automation rig. Amazon Web Services, the platform we'll use for building out our Windows and Unix test automation environment. Jenkins, the continuous integration tool we'll use to build the application under test and trigger all of our automated tests. Selenium, the test automation tool we use to run our GUI browser-based automated tests. Git and GitHub, the source code tool we'll be managing and retrieving the source from to build our application. SOAP UI, the test automation tool we use to run our API-based automation tests. And finally, JMeter, the load test tool we'll use to assess the performance of the application under test. You don't need to know anything about any of these tools to follow these tutorials. We're starting from the ground up and building up. Each of these 6 topics will be covered in just enough detail to give you an understanding of how the tools themselves work. But the important point is that you'll learn how to bring all of these tools together to create a fully working test automation framework based on free and open source tools. So what are we going to test? We've chosen an open source web-based, with a REST API I might add, chat application called Rocket Chat. Rocket Chat seems to be a bit of a rising star in the open source community at the moment. It's cross-browser, cross-platform, mobile, desktop-based, and should give us the opportunity to plug in some additional tools like Appium in future tutorials. You'll find more on the Rocket Chat application at https://rocket.chat. The goal of all these tutorials is to give you the fundamental knowledge to build your own scalable automation rig. This isn't so much about learning the tools in details, this is about connecting the tools and building the system. And that's essentially it. We're starting with nothing, and by the end we'll have a fully working integrated test environment using many of the biggest open source test tools available. Enjoy the journey.